And good evening, everyone, and welcome in to the UFC Fight Cards podcast presented by Orange Fire Media. I'm your host, Russ Renault, and thanks for joining us here after UFC Fight Night in Denver. So it's been a crazy week, to say the least. So just want to say, first of all, that there are other things going on in the world other than UFC fights, but that's what we're here for. Today was just a bad day in the United States, and I just hope that President Trump is okay. We've heard that. If you don't know about the shooting earlier, I'm going to talk about that for a little bit. By the way, just disgusting, and the people who are on social media, you can tell that they wanted it to be successful, and those people are sick. And I just want to say to all you people out there that wanted the job to be finished, and you iterate at it. You don't come out and say it, but we know who you are, and you've shown yourself today, and it's sick. So the election is going to turn out the way it is. It's God's in control of this country. Always has been, always will be. So what's going to happen is going to happen. But nobody deserves what happened today, and doesn't deserve all of the nasty things that they go on social media, and people hide behind their keyboards. So I think we're better than that, and I hope that we become better through this. And so just really disappointing for me today. Just didn't like that news. Seeing that and all that go down, and then all the things I saw online is, I was getting ready for the show, watching the fights, and just kind of just looking at some of the really nasty things that can go on, in this election year. And so just want us to be better to each other. And so hope that this show helps everybody be a little bit better, come here together and, just talk about the things that we love. And so, sorry, had to get that off my chest. Just wanted to say that before we get started. It's been a tough week around here too. I'm in the Houston area, so a lot of people still without power. And it's been hot. The rain came, then the sun came out, so people have been dealing with a lot of heat, and just their food going bad in their refrigerator. So our hearts go out to those people in our community. And so just prayers out to you as well, and hope that your power comes on soon, and that your day gets brighter, and that all of our days get brighter. If you're having a tough week, I'm sorry for that, and I'm glad you're here, and that whatever we can do to offer our help and anything you need. So thank you. So anyway, let's turn back to our show here as I get off my soapbox a little bit. So tonight we had Fight Night from Denver. We're off last week after the big pay-per-view a couple of weeks ago. UFC took the week off, so we come back here with Fight Night in Denver. A women's flyweight main event between number 6 Rose Namajunas, number 11 Tracy Cortez. So this is just a clinic by Rose Namajunas, former strawweight champion. She just put it on Tracy Cortez, unanimous decision. One of those scorecards was 48-47, and as big as a Tracy Cortez fan as I am, she did not win 2 rounds in this fight. She may have won the last round, probably won the last round on all the cards, but I don't think she took another one. Rose easily winning 4 rounds in a dominant victory. Nothing too crazy. She knocked down Tracy in the first round, but nothing real substantial after that. Just kept Tracy at bay and took her down a couple of times, but just really got the job done. Looked great. When Rose gets into that top 5 of this division now that she's moved to, things get a little more difficult, but has set herself up nicely. Who knows what's going to happen here in the near future? You would think that Alexa Grasso would be defending against Valentina Shevchenko at Noche UFC, that we'll talk about here in a little bit, in September 14th, is that event at the Sphere. But who knows? We haven't heard anything about that yet. Valentina does not want to face Alexa Grasso on Noche UFC again. But you're going to have to do it. I mean, Grasso's holding the belt. So if you want it back, you've got to do it on the UFC's terms. And there's no bigger fight to make involving a Mexican-born fighter than that one. So if you want to give up your spot to Manon Fiorot, then I mean that's Valentina's choice. If she wants that to happen, I wouldn't want to be in that position to let somebody else take my belt. That that third fight has to happen. So whether it's everybody wants to be in the Sphere except for Valentina Shevchenko. So that's got to happen. But Rose is putting herself up there. She's going to wait in line because she got that loss to Fiorot. So we'll see. See what happens there. Some good fights tonight. Kind of a surprise there in that co-main event. Muslim Salikov defeating Santiago Ponzinibbio via split decision. So that one really could have gone either way, and it did. Salikov just edging it out. Ponzinibbio thought he won that fight, but judges had other things, different thoughts on it. So tough for Ponzinibbio to take a loss like that. Probably one of the more impressive performances, Jean Silva defeating Drew Dober. TKO in the third round. There was a doctor's stoppage, nasty cut above the right eye of Drew Dober. And, Silva getting another win 14 days apart, and that vaults him into that, tied for third for, time between victories. So really impressive performance to come out and do that to someone of the caliber of Drew Dober. So Jean Silva's rocket is just launching into orbit right now. So we'll see him, pretty soon again, I would guess, because, he's been pretty impressive the last 2 weeks, and I'm sure he wants to just keep going up and up and get a number next to that name next time out. Just going through the main card, Julian Erosa defeating Christian Rodriguez with a first-round submission. That was a guillotine choke. Then we had the Abdul Razak Al Hassan, Cody Brundage no contest. Al Hassan hitting Brundage with a couple of elbows in the back of the head, and Brundage wasn't able to keep going. So just did enough damage that Brundage was able to bow out of that one, and it goes down as a no contest. Interesting result. Charles Johnson defeating Joshua Van with a knockout in the third round. Van had looked pretty good. It was a pretty even fight going into that third round, and then Johnson just caught him. Then the last ranked fighter we have on the card, number 15, Jasmine Jasudavicius defeating Fatima Klein via unanimous decision. Klein stepping in on late notice and looking really good, but Jasudavicius just too much for in this one, so she'll hang on to that ranking, maybe move up a little bit in the women's flyweight division. So as we move forward, we're going to look at the events coming up. That these fight night cards we go a little bit shorter. Our pay-per-view shows are a lot more pervasive, but let's go ahead and look. in that matchup a couple of years ago where Aspinall was injured in that knee injury and, has since gone on and come back from that with a vengeance and taken the interim title. So he'll defend that against Curtis Blades. King Green, formerly Bobby Green, taking on Paddy Pimblett in the lightweight matchup. Flyweight division, number 6, Muhammad Mokaev against number 8, Manel Kape. And featherweight matchup, number 6, Arnold Allen against number 10, Giga Chikadze. Then you see the full slate on the prelims. Then we got Fight Night from Abu Dhabi on August 3rd. Number 2, Corey Sandhagen against number 10, Umar Nurmagomedov in the bantamweight division. Welterweight matchup between number 13, Vicente Luque, and the return of Nick Diaz. Bantamweight matchup, number 4, Chito Vera against number 6, Davison Figueiredo. Tony Ferguson, Michael Chiesa in the welterweight division. And in the women's strawweight division, number 7, Mackenzie Dern against number 10, Lupe Godinez. See some of these matchups added this week. Kind of one of note there between 2 ranked fighters in the light heavyweight division. Number 15, Alonzo Minifield, and number 14, Azamat Murzakanov. So that one's a good one to look forward to. Then we go UFC 305, August 17th from Perth. Dracus du Plessis, Israel Adesanya for the middleweight title. Flyweight division, Kai Kara France against Steve Verseg. Number 4 against number 9. Heavyweight matchup between number 10, Tai Tuivasa, and number 12, Jairzinho Rozenstruik. Got Junior Tafa against Walter Walker. And Li Jiang Lang, who's don't know where he's been lately, but returning against Carlos Prates in the welterweight division. So then we move on to Fight Night from September 7th from the Apex. 2 fights on the card right now. The headliner in the welterweight division, number 6, Gilbert Burns against number 8, Sean Brady. Number 9, Calvin Kattar against Kyle Nelson in the featherweight division. Then there you see Noche UFC. That's UFC 306. September 14th from the Sphere in Las Vegas, like I said. Should be, what I'm guessing is that the main event is going to be Sean O'Malley and let's see, and then it's going to be Sean O'Malley. I would guess, because this is a huge event against Merab Dvalishvili, and then Alexa Grasso and Valentina Shevchenko. I'm just taking a guess at that, but that's what it should be. And then you may see Brandon Moreno, Tracy Cortez down the line. Yair Rodriguez has not fought in a while, but those are if you're going to throw an event like this, those are the names you're going to be looking at. But I think O'Malley, Dvalishvili makes perfect sense here. And then to have Shevchenko and Grasso on that co-main event, that'd be a huge night. If those two are at the top, it really doesn't matter what the rest of it is if you can get those two on the card. So then we go September 28th, Fight Night from Paris. So we don't know anything about that one yet either. Then we got UFC 307, October 5th from Salt Lake City. And the other date that we have is UFC 308, October 26th from Abu Dhabi. So that is our schedule that we have to look forward to, and we'll always keep you, abreast of what's going on in the UFC every week. So that is all the action that we have to look forward to here in the next couple of months. Next week, like I said, we will be looking at, let's go back here. We got Lemos and Jandiroba. So that's the main event next weekend. And then obviously we have UFC 304 coming up from Manchester, July 27th. Thought we were going to be able to do the live main event coverage, but it doesn't look like that's going to work out for us next time. So that will be another Sunday show that weekend. Just have a prior commitment that Saturday night. I'll be watching the fights. I just won't be able to get in here and get in the studio and do the live coverage. So I'll have to do it. We'll have to do the instant reaction the next day. So sorry that I couldn't do that, because we've been having really good success with that. I was looking forward to doing it. It's just not going to work out on the schedule for that weekend. But we'll try to do it every weekend after that we can. Just sorry that we can't do it that weekend because it's so big. We were going to do both the co-main and the main event that weekend. So I'm sorry I couldn't bring that to you, but look forward to it in the future. Subscribe to the channel and you'll always know when we're on, because it's kind of erratic because you never know when the main event's going to end, and that's when we come on, is right after that main event ends. And so you'll get that notification that we're live, and I'll kind of set it up a little bit beforehand so you don't miss anything of what I'm talking about. So I really do appreciate everybody coming by and stopping by just for a few minutes, letting me go off a little bit at the beginning. Just everybody take care of each other out there, and just pray for our country, and that we turn to each other, that we lean on each other a little bit more than we have been lately, and that we wish the best for each other and not the worst. So appreciate it, and we will see you next weekend from the Apex in Las Vegas, and we will be right back here on YouTube and the UFC Fight Cards podcast presented by Orange Fire Media. You can find us on all the audio podcast platforms right after the show. We just drop this on all those platforms as soon as we're done here, and so you can listen to us wherever you are all week. So thanks a lot, and we will see you next time right here on the UFC Fight Cards podcast presented by Orange Fire Media. I'm Russ Renaud. Good night, everybody, and we will see you next time.